Mm-hmm.
But like you had like.
Oh wait. Hold on.
Oh,
wait.
sure, go ahead and go on live to tell. I forgot you had something to do. I'm so sorry. Because okay, all right.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I hit the go live too quick, so I apologize. How is everybody? Hey. Hello. Hey, pineapples. Let me go all the way up to the top and not skip anybody. Guys, I'm so happy that you all came through. This is awesome. You guys are amazing. Let me go back up to the top really quick so we can just do a quick roll call. Are you in attendance today? Y'all, I had to take some time. I listened to, I had to go somewhere. I don't like to, there's some places I just don't like to go, right? Let me take my mirror down. I was doing my makeup. I'm feeling this pink, right? This is one of these sweaters. I'm just doing live try-ons now. Like it's just going to be all about just wearing my new shit, right? Because I just have not been able to do my try-on haul for my other channel. But I got to. It's so important because I got to put some content up over there. But anyway, this is people have been asking, so this is something new, and it's so cozy. Hey Angie, hi Latoy, hey Sofa, hi Natalie, Dreamcake, hi Deandra, STL, what's good? You are one of my 2.5% of my subscribers who are male. Welcome, ladies. We have a man in the house. Latoy, Shonda, Chris Falcon, Mommy Vibes, Not Miami, Mommy, every time I look at your name, well, now I'm going to think of my dog, Mommy. But, our dog is named Little Mama, but we call her Mommy. And ignore this, guys. This is some other clothes. And then I got some hangers, some different hangers. I've got some velvet hangers, but I just got these from Amazon. They will be in my store. So if you are looking for some beautiful glam room type hangers, I just got some new ones to try out that I'm so we'll see if my clothes stay on. That's the most important thing. So Angie, Anisha, hey Breaker Patrick, how are you? Brown Eyed Girl, Tay Fizzy. Welcome to all of you and all of my members. You guys are awesome. All of my mods, thank you so much. And all of you who subscribe to the channel, you guys are amazing. And all of you guys in the bushes, thank you for coming to sit and watch today. Come out the bushes, subscribe. You can drop a message in the comments. That would be nice. But, the most important thing is that you just sit and watch. So that's cool too. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Capricorn. Hey, pineapples. What's going on? And is it China tea? I think I always say that. China tea. Hey, Nadia. Hey, Erica, what's good, girl? Try me, Patterson, Yvonne. My thing just blipped. Okay, here we go. Kiana, Miss Brown, loving myself. Is it Ajoa? Ajoa, give me a thumbs up if I got it right. Is it Ajoa? Is how I feel like it should be said. ADJOWA Smith, new sub. You're the bomb. And if I didn't say your name right, will you please help me and phonetically spell it out so I got it right? Courtney Fixing Mommy Project. What's good, girl? Hey, Gwen. Moving in silence. My favorite thing. That's what you always have to do. Love Christina. Yes. Yes, we love Christine. I mean, we all love Christina in our own little way, right? Is that not somewhat accurate, right? Tasha's live too. I didn't know that. I had no idea. I had no idea Tasha went live. Did she? She just went live 4 minutes ago. Okay. Well, that's okay. Okay. So let's see. Charlene and Kimberly Phillip. Let's see. Where else are we? Did I skip some? Okay. Gosh, guys, if I skip anyone, please excuse me. Hey, Life with Destiny, Valerie Lofton, Charlene Clark, Indigenous M. Jones, Nadia, Yvonne. Okay, so I got your name right. Awesome. Hey, Shan, Ariana, Mysterious, Megan, Shantae. Are we good? Did I say everyone's name? Everyone is here. Reese, girl, how you doing? You almost were late because I just finished roll call. Girl, how are you? Is it Vogon poetry? My God, can people stop calling me? You know what? It's like I try not to keep my phone off. Ooh. Tamron Hall denies ambushing Stassi Schroeder. What did she ambush Stassi Schroeder about? Does anybody here watch? Did anyone used to watch Vanderpump Rules? Tamron Hall ambushed Stassi Schroeder for what? And Stassi Schroeder, I didn't know that she was like ambushable by the fabulous Tamron Hall. That's a shock. Okay. Cool sofa. Thank you. Yeah, I had no idea Tasha was even going live at this time, but that's cool. Hi, Carlotta. All right, so guys, did you guys have a chance to watch all of this DeMarcus interview? So I was in some place I normally don't hang out. Okay, I don't go over there. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and then sometimes I got to take a hit for the team. Because I love you guys, and I know that most of you guys don't want to sit and listen to an hour and a half of interview. Do you think Gerard will be next to speak out? Well, if they come with the cash, they might be able to get him in a seat because that was a paid interview. Did you guys know that? So it wasn't that DeMarcus just came and I mean, I'm assuming he spoke out because he wanted to, but there was some incentive there. Let's just say there was an incentive. There was an incentive paid for that interview. I went to the colorism queens. I'm not going to call them queens of anything. Queens of nothing. I went to the racist colorist trailer park Florida residents who happen to have a YouTube channel. Floating on the backs of many others' hard work. Yeah, that's where I went. Which more hard work that they did not obtain. They were able to yank a interview from someone by the name of Provocateur, which I love that name. It always makes me think of the very sexy underwear from Agent de Provocateur, Agent Provocateur. I think is the name of the label. Lingerie line. But anyway, this person had a conversation and wanted to get some questions answered by the YouTube mommies. I would say he's probably one of the most popular husbands, Mr. DeMarcus. So, and questions he did answer while smoking almost the whole entire thing. Did you guys notice just the audible inhales of, I'm sure, marijuana, which it's legal where he is? So I'm pissed that people are willing to pay him to get a DNA. They're willing to pay for him to. I'm pissed. Well, they won't get the results. I mean, if he says that he's not doing it because maybe he's doesn't have the money at this time, then I guess that would not be an excuse. So I guess in a way it would be eliminating excuse. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he could do another interview and they could say, "Hey, we'll give you, I don't know. It's tomato, 6 of one, half a dozen of another." Double what is that? So I'm not so okay. I'll you know what? I'm gonna just be petty and just say trailer. Because you know what? They don't give me any. What do you know what? Today is not a day that I'm gonna do extra. Okay. I'm not living in the land of extra fair today because this is being overly fair. Those women are not fair with me. So why should I? I mean, I don't give a fuck where they live. Okay. But yes. I was okay. These are some things that I was surprised about. Were you guys shocked? Not shocked. Let's do some ones and twos. One, shocked. Two, not shocked. That DeMarcus and Chrissy met on 420 weekend. Shocked, not shocked. Shocked, one, not shocked, two. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Shocked, one, not shocked, two. They met 420 weekend. Okay? Not shocked. Not shocked. Not shocked. They met on that good old 420. That should, well, and I'm sure in Colorado, because it is legal, not a big deal. Hey, Steph. Hey, y'all. Hey. Is there anyone in here? Hey, Camo and Bose. I think you're the one person, maybe Jessica G. Shonda. If I have not spoke, hey, ladies. And our gent, Junebug, is Junebug his? Did they ask? Yes, they did. They did. I'm gonna say this. You know how people say if you feed someone long enough, they begin to look like you? Just keep that in mind. We're gonna get to that, okay? We're gonna get to that. He smoked the whole time. Homie loves his weed. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Homie loves to smoke. He's enjoying his marijuana privileges in the wonderful I know Boulder is the Mile High City, but what is Colorado? He's enjoying his rights to smoke to the fullest. Okay. You did say that, Indigenous M. Jones. He is enjoying his right to smoke that weed just as much as he possibly can, because he was audibly, it was like I was listening to, remember, back, was that Snoop Dogg's album or Dr. Dre? Rolling down the street, smoking endo, sipping on gin and juice. Okay, like that's all I could think of. How do we hear the interview? My eyes are rolling to the back of my head because I don't really want to send these people any business. It's, you can go over to it. I don't even like to say. Really, Asia. Wow. So I'm not gonna. Okay, it's there. Yes. So I don't even like to say their name. There's Jackie and Quinn. If you know who Jackie and Quinn are, they're two like they're a ratchet bottom feeder type channel, and they do something like reactions. They distribute a lot of YouTube fake news and fuckery. They make up a lot of shit and lies, but they happen to luck up and record a interview done by a woman by the name of Provocateur, who is on a chatty, gossipy website that everybody knows, or maybe not know, I don't know. But this woman did an interview, and it was kind of a fun interview. I think it was more of like a group chat, if you will. It was almost like a TED Talk for YouTube gossip mommies, right? Private on a channel called Discord, or an app rather. And from what I understand, there was a consideration fee paid to the gentleman to come and sit and answer questions for a period of time. I know I'm classing this up a lot, but that's basically what happened. He was paid a fee, and he came, he sat, he talked, he answered all things related to his relationship with Strong Mommy Chrissy, and even some as it related to Miss Stephanie. From what I also understand, the gossip is that Jasmine was on the line and Olivia. At one point, someone thought they heard Olivia. What I also thought that I heard was you could hear people playing YouTube in the background, which is just, that's what's going on in my house a lot too, that you can hear YouTube kind of playing in the background. Because I know I heard Strong Mommy Chrissy's voice, and I doubt she was on the line, because if she were, she would not be able to contain herself. She would have been, immediately. So yeah, it'll be there because there's no incentive for them to delete it. It's not Strong Mommy Chrissy's, so they're not going to get copywritten unless this woman says that they stole her media, and that she owns it and is copyrighted, or copywritten. It's copyright protected material. Let me say it right. So it'll be up unless they just make it private, but this will be a cash cow for them because people will go, unless other people are recording it now and want to put it on their channels, which, hey, someone could do that too if they wanted to. Yeah, he could be getting free marijuana from the looks of his woman. She's from the street. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she now her aunt says she is from the streets. Her aunt says that she is about it. She's about that life. She is about that snatching wigs and all of that. You guys saw that. She's not playing. Miss Kim, if you get a SSI check. Did he confirm that he got an SSI check? Did he say that? I don't know. He says he has a job. There's nothing wrong with marijuana. If you want to smoke marijuana, that's up to any one person. Me personally, I'm just going to be really honest. I think once you are in your right mind, it's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. I think a clear head is clear, like they said, that expression, clearer heads prevail. Hold on one second, guys. He didn't say that, but he didn't. I don't know that he's on probation anymore. He said he had a probation problem. Someone said parole on the chat, but I think he said he had a probation violation or something, and he was under house arrest, which is when they got in conversation with each other. Do you guys remember when she said that she had just gotten back in contact with him and she was thinking about maybe getting back together with him, and then she found out that he was pregnant when she had the gender reveal? And that squashed that plans. He didn't tell her because he was like, I don't know. I didn't, he might have been even enjoying the conversation for a minute. Maybe they were reminiscing. Maybe he thought about some good times. I don't know. Maybe he didn't think she was going to find out so quickly, but she found out, and all hell broke loose because what he said is that she blocked him. She blocked him. And then that Chrissy said that he was going to need to send the kids some gifts. And then Chrissy was trying to get her address so that they could send some gifts. And then, I don't know that she ever sent them the address. So what it sounded like to me is that Chrissy was playing some games. Every time. So their version of the story, or DeMarcus's version of the story, is that every time that he's tried to reach out, she's playing games. She's supposed to be sending divorce papers. Divorce papers have never come. Now, she was supposed to be sending divorce papers since November. Now, in November, if she filed in Las Vegas, those papers are null and void because you live in Texas now. So I would imagine you can't file not in the state that you live. You're in Texas. You can go file in Texas. So I don't know what she's doing, but according to him, he's been waiting for divorce papers since November, and it's now September. So we're almost 10 months. And the baby just turned a year. So 2 months after she had Onyx, she's threatening divorce papers, but divorce papers never come. Well, number one, why don't people get divorced readily? Number one, they don't have the money. Now, not that it's so expensive, but even if it's $250 or $200, there's paperwork involved. I know here in North Carolina, you can do a self-serve divorce, but it takes going downtown. It takes filling out some work. It takes walking over to the notary's office. Like, there's a little bit of legwork. Not that it's so expensive, because it really doesn't cost a lot. But I mean, he might not care. I mean, look, you guys, if you guys did not hear DeMarcus, DeMarcus seems like, look, face value, I'm not a Chrissy stan. I'm not a Chrissy enemy either. DeMarcus sounds like the kind of guy who is very comfortable calling a woman, a bitch, right? Not bitch as in you effing B, but yeah, that bitch came over to my desk, or that bitch came into the house, and da da da. Like, that's how he's like a living rap video. Okay. He's talking like B is just what you call a woman. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, right? He's a street dude, right? I mean, that seems to be Chrissy's flavor. If she was walking into Baskin Robbins and they said, "What's your flavor?" it would be the streets. Okay. Now, I don't know if it's three hots and a cot. I don't want to just say the street dudes all end up in jail, because you could be a street type dude and be, and be the guy, and not be that, right? So I don't want to say that, but he's a street dude, right? He seemed okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have a problem with him. He seemed like, as far as when they asked him about Junebug, he wasn't thinking about Junebug. My opinion was that he wasn't thinking about Junebug as not his son. He always thought of Junebug as his son. And with these people making references about all the rumors revolving around Chrissy and her, what is that, her third son? He hadn't thought about any of that until they brought that up. But as far as if he weren't, basically he's like, I've put the time in with Junebug. Like, that's my boy, Now the reasons why Chrissy's not going after child support and not filing, I don't know. Does she not want to get, is she not sure? I don't know. That's a good question for Chrissy. That's a good question for her to be able to answer. Girl, I would imagine she's probably somewhere having a tall bottle of wine right now, and maybe a very long CBD cigarette or something, trying to calm her mind. Because if I know anything about Strong Mommy Chrissy, when she loses hold of that narrative, all hell breaks loose. So I know she's not happy right now. She's somewhere probably regretting the last couple of days when she should have been pumping her brakes, talking just a little bit less and being a little less stamped up. But, between the two of them, Jasmine and Chrissy, see, nobody's each. I'm gonna take a side step for a second. Which live? The live last night? No, I was in the bed sleeping because you got to get rest to look like this at 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I stayed up all night, Mama gets her rest. I get my adequate sleep so I can be fresh and I can maintain my youthful appearance at a ripe age of 50 years old. But yeah, no. I just figure I'll catch it. I mean, I if I could have been up, I would, but I didn't know. I didn't know all hell was going to break loose. So I was relying on pineapples. Holla, are you getting ready to drop something to us? Miss Official A, all the people that seem to catch everybody trying to creep around here on these YouTube streets. I was waiting on them to smoking a whole pack of blacks, right? STL, yes, she's probably up in there smoking, okay? And Jasmine's probably out there shadow boxing, punching holes in walls. She's probably pissed because her boo got caught off guard. Jasmine is so inappropriate with her amount of anger that she has on things that are not her business. But when her whole entire world is crumbling down, she is just oblivious. That woman is a piece of work. Okay. But yeah, to me, he said out of the two, when he said the two that were his, I think because when he was still there, one child did not exist yet, technically. One was still in utero, which, okay, so the two that would have been with a birth certificate and having a breath and eating food and sharing space in the house would have been Junebug and Blaze. He said his relationship with Kingston. Now that touched me because it seems like him and Kingston bonded over video games. Don't laugh. That's very sweet. And, that's a big deal for kids. Kids play these games. I don't know that he had that same opportunity. I don't know if he had that opportunity with Cash or not. I don't know anything about his relationship with Cash. I'm assuming it sounded like he was a cool guy. He was open to taking care of the kids because he loved Chrissy when he met her. He said she was cool. He enjoyed her company. He said that when she changed, what her content changed, and her content changed, I guess, when Olivia stepped on the scene and they started making that smoke with each other. When Chrissy and Olivia started making that drama together, and I guess they became maybe partners in crime, maybe business partners, who knows? Do we know? Was Mamiana a thing back then before we knew it was a thing? He said that when Olivia and her started that drama, he said you couldn't tell her she wasn't Queen Latifah. I died, okay? And the ladies of the forum, they were like, of all the women, I'm gonna say it like DeMarcus, all the bitches to reference, you say Queen Latifah? Like, that is he's not an old dude. I mean, DeMarcus, I think, is relatively young. He didn't say Beyonce. He didn't say Riri. He didn't say Barty Cardi. He didn't say Nicki, Vanessa Williams, Janet Jackson. He pulls a rabbit out the hat talking about Queen Latifah. Okay, Queen Latifah. I thought that was hilarious. He said you couldn't tell her she wasn't Queen Latifah. Okay. Now, Chrissy, when he said that Chrissy said that when she found out that he was with somebody, that for him to talk to the kids, he was going to have to send gifts. It just was like, oh, so she's a pay to play type person. Like, you send a little cash and then I'm going to pass the phone. Sophie, you died when she said yes. Indigenous M. Jones. I don't know. I think there's some pressure, some fluid pressure, and I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know. I don't even know how he hurt himself to begin with. I hope that the baby is okay and she, as the mother, is fully responsible for the health and well-being of her children. And all I can do, honestly and wholeheartedly, and everybody on this live, just pray for those kids. That's all I can say. Just pray for the kids, that the Lord is going to oversee and take care of those children, and that her lack of interest and lack of emotion and lack of concern when people are bringing it up on the internet is because she has it under control. So we just have to hope and pray for this young child and his siblings that everything is okay in that household. And I mean that in all sincerity and honesty, because that's why I don't really like to go down the dark hole of worrying and going in depth on the children, because number one, there's nothing I can do personally. And number one, and then number two, I know a lot of you out there will handle it if that's what you see fit to do. And I'm not asking anyone to do anything. It's none of my business. I don't get involved with the kids. I don't live in that state. And I would hope that she is more concerned than us, because she's the mother. And I don't want to get involved with anyone else's kids, because I don't want anyone getting involved with mine. I handle my kids. They handle their kids. If you guys think that there's a problem, hey, Eric's family, how are you? Hey, Bren. Did I miss anyone? Hey, Mysterious. I think I spoke to you before. I think you've been in here. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Hey, Mysterious. He said he would buy gifts because he didn't trust her with the money. She doesn't know how to handle money. Okay, Coco. Hey, Lisa Davis. I took some notes. I wrote a few things down, because you know what? I don't like to rely on my memory. Where was the Puerto? Oh, shit. I was like, wait a second. Now, okay. That was the Google Home Assistant. Where was the Puerto Rican princess at while he was doing the interview? Now, I believe Steffi is from Mexico. I think she's Mexican. When you said Puerto Rican, I was like, what does Jocelyn have to do with this? But yeah, no, that's Steffi is, I believe, Mexican American. So she would be Latina, or she's Mexican. And where was she? I don't know. She might have been cooking dinner, feeding the baby. Sitting in his lap. I don't know. I don't know. I heard she did an interview with them, Reese, but I have not located that yet. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. I heard that there was something with Stephanie, but I don't know enough about it. Now, and Sofia Vergara, I think, isn't she from Venezuela, maybe? Guys, we have to, I'm just going to be honest, guys, as someone who is a first generation American, we got to broaden our horizons about our Latin American, Central American, and South American countries. That there is a very diverse world out here, and everyone is, that we have lots of people from lots of places. And just as we want to be identified correctly, I am sure, I'm like, you guys follow where I'm going with this, right? So, this, I can't, I'm not gonna, you guys follow me, right? Okay. She was cooking like a good girlfriend should, who wants to be a wife and just had a baby. So yeah, I would, and I know that probably sounds super traditional and super conservative of me, but if the more you guys get to know me, yeah, I'm like, it's kind of like an old fashioned girl at heart. So, but yeah, Jasmine is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. She is not. I don't know who that guy was, her helper at the house. If is that boyfriend? Who she was probably rolling a blunt. Oh my god. Well, you know what? Pineapples, I'm gonna give you that. That's you probably, because he was smoking, and unless he was rolling as he was talking, because did you hear him coughing at certain times? Like he was smoking something strong. Hey, this is India. Hi, Deandra. Okay, let me get back to my notes. So he said divorce. She's supposed to have been sending me papers back from November. The one thing that I caught, did you guys catch how he said that she played pregnant? Did you guys hear that? Reese, Sofa, calling you guys out, Eric's family, everybody who I know has been around. Cheryl Waz, if you're in here, Gwen, all y'all who've been watching forever, all of you guys in this, do you guys remember when everybody was taking pregnancy tests like every 7 to 10 days? Okay. Do you guys remember elevating Nikki, Erica, all Angie? Okay. Do you remember I'm pregnant? No, I'm pregnant. No, I'm pregnant. No, I had a miscarriage. No, I had a no. And then, well, I'm going to the clinic and this, that, and the, do you guys remember all that? Yeah, remember? Okay, so husband confirmed. Homegirl wasn't pregnant. But then he says she jinxed herself because then she got pregnant. But she was pregnant all the damn time anyway, so it really didn't matter. Like her getting pregnant was just like another probably Sunday morning or Saturday night. But her saying she was pregnant was like not a big deal because I mean, damn, someone said, well, were you guys married 5 years? And he says, well, if you consider all this time that I've been gone, yes. However, you're married 3, 4, 5 years, however many years, and you've had 3 children, but you've faked pregnancy how many times? And then you have alleged miscarriage. I was trying to go back in my reaction videos before I started Love Lies Lacefronts when I was doing reactions on my main channel. I never believed Chrissy, period. I'm on record on that. I'm going to have to just call it out. And that will be my throwback of the week as soon as I find it. Because I'm going to spend some time trying to find it because all them chicks lie. It's all storyline-ish. Okay. Now, if you guys didn't get anything from this storyline BS that we've been hearing for all this time, guys, a takeaway from this, of many of the takeaways, is that Chrissy uses pregnancy as a profit center, and having babies, pregnancy tests, pregnancy scares, losses, all of that stuff is a means to an end of a storyline that some of you have particular interest in, because there is a obsession, there is some fascination about pregnancy. I think for most women, if you've done it once, like, okay, I think I used to have a fascination about pregnancy because I'd never had a baby before. And I won't say it was like a weird fascination, just like any other woman who just wonders what it's like to have a baby, right? There's no doubt that when you have TV shows like on The Real, if somebody is over here with the baby bump, people are watching until they have the baby. People like to see the change, the metamorphosis in the woman who is having a baby. They want to see the belly form. They want to see it pop. They want to see waddling on stage because it's so cute and they're so, you know, I mean, how many times is Kim Kardashian wearing her Balmain jackets that don't fit anymore in what's it called? Those Rossi, those tie-up plexiglass sandals as big as a house with toxemia. And everyone's like, oh my God, there's Kim, there's Kim, there's people love seeing a pregnant woman. So, and you can see that here on YouTube. You have a channel, family channel with pregnancies. I mean, views go up. People want to see the birth. They want to see everything. They want to, are you having a water birth? Are you having a doula? Are you having a baby at home? What's going on? Oh my gosh, ultrasound, high risk, all of those things. Everybody, the people fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. And she knows it. And he said, oh, she was jinxed. Well, maybe it wasn't a jinx. Maybe it was just, I'm just going to sprinkle this little fairy dust out here and I'm going to get me baby number whatever. And maybe she feels like, which I don't see why, because 1 and 1 is not equaling 2, that when you secure the baby, you secure the man. But I mean, that hadn't worked for you before, but maybe she thought she had one because she had 1 with him and he stuck around. Then she had 2 with him and he's still there. But then now baby number 3 is coming around and you're getting new because Olivia came through and you started feeling like Queen Latifah. You started making some money. He doesn't know nothing about no 30,000 a month. And what did check out was, like she said in those videos right before she cut up all his Jordans, was that she kind of goaded him into leaving. She said, well, why don't you just leave then? Why don't you just leave then? And he basically said the same thing, that she goaded him into leaving. And one day he just said, you know what? Fuck it. Bye. And that's basically what happened. Exactly, Gwen. He took his good Jordans and left his bad Jordans. By the way, DeMarcus, if you're watching, if you didn't know, all of your old Jordans are trash right now. So they're gone. So she cut them up in a music video. Number 3 wasn't the end for him because he just had to be. Of course, we know that. But what I'm saying is Chrissy's plan. DeMarcus's plan is to just probably F up a storm. I mean, he's got sperm will travel. And it seems like he's comfortable where he's at right now. And my best advice to Steffi is, if you're watching, don't fall victim to the Strong Mommy Chrissy school of how to keep a man, because you're going to be single. Okay. So if I were you, I would drop this mess, because at the end of the day, yes, your kids are siblings, but right now your baby knows nothing about her brothers, and let your man work out his situation with his wife and let him get that straightened out. So you're bringing your baby into a better situation, and that's into a better situation that has been like rectified, clarified, legalized, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I would mind my own business, quite frankly, just nicely. I would mind my own business and I would let him handle his business, because what's going to happen is that the cuteness of being feisty and I'm talking like muy caliente on both sides, it gets tired after a while. And sometimes a man wants to be a man, and sometimes a man wants to lead the relationship, and you have done enough. And I would just moonwalk my way on up out of there and let him handle his business with his wife and his children, because you wouldn't want someone coming in and trying to be the boss of you and what you got going on between you and your man, if in fact this doesn't work out. Okay. Yes, thumbs up the live if you would. I would appreciate it, because y'all, I'm here for you. I did all this research. I watched an hour and a half on the freaking ratchet ass armpit of the United States channel of the mommy community. but I did it for y'all, so you wouldn't have to. But if you guys go over there, I mean, I don't care. There's no skin off my apple because y'all here with me right now, and I just love it. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. But I went there because I had to, and I want to give credit to the lady provocateur and her cohorts who were so kind to ask us all of the questions that we probably wanted to ask but wouldn't because we are fucking ladies over here. And you guys asked all those awesome questions that I was just like, oh my God, yes, she asked that. But next time, drop the reactors a line so we can take some official notes, because from what I understand, there was like 5 hours of conversation. I don't know if that's correct or not, but what we got was what we got. I don't know if there's more somewhere. Pineapples, Miss Official A, if you guys get the rest of this, can you please let us know, because we need to hear the whole thing. But yeah, because we are fucking ladies. Yes, we are. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay. He says that yeah, he would want to spend time with his kids. He would get custody, and he would like to do weekends and things like that. And I respect that. We'll see if that happens, but he says that's what he said, right? Doesn't trust her with money. He says that he will buy what they need rather than him send her money, because he does not, he would know firsthand that she does not, he says she doesn't handle money well, period. And I guess we could probably come up with that. So do we know how much DeMarcus was paid? $400, $200 up front, and I guess the balance whenever he showed up for the interview. So maybe Cash App, PayPal, whatever, Apple Pay. But he hasn't what, Tamara? He hasn't seen them, or he hasn't sent gifts. I don't know what he sent or has not sent, but I know that Chrissy, since they got back in touch, Chrissy has not been easy to communicate with. Contrary to what she says, he says something different. She says something different. So this is like a he says, she says, and only God knows the truth. DeBum will give you my Chick-fil-A gift card and IHOP gift card for an interview. Oh, okay. Look, it's a little bit of a mess. We will never know. We will never really know. Fran, your sweater matches in your background. Love it. Well, thank you. Yeah, this is one of this. This might be from Zara, either Zara or H&M. But thank you. It's one of my new sweaters from my little haul that I have not been able to get to. How many toes? They were asking, does Chrissy have 6 toes? Is there some kind of old wives' tale about having 6 toes? Like, does that make you crazy? Does that give you extra good punani? Mama Michelle, what's going on? How are you? How are you? Natalie 9. Yes, very cozy. The weather here has changed. Is it Trina Steel Diva 5? Hey, how are you? Anna, hey boo. Just Jazz, how's it going? Yes, we will never know, to your point, Just Jazz. Who pays for info? Well, like I said, I don't know that this was intended to be like an interview. From my understanding, hi Lauren Gregg, how are you? Hey, repping for BK. My understanding is that this was kind of like a private kind of LSA ladies chat with a paid invited guest. So it's no different from, like, let's just say Mocha Moms or 100 Black women inviting Michelle Obama for whatever her fee is to come and sit, have lunch, and download her knowledge. Okay, so I'm sorry to compare DeMarcus to the fabulous and the wonderful Mrs. Obama, but I think this was some sort of a chat type situation, and the armpit of the mommy community was over there trolling and taping, and here we are. This might have been something we would have only heard about had these two individuals not recorded it. So just my opinion. I don't know. Someone could say otherwise. So like I said, that's just what I gather. It's not even really an opinion. It's just my guess, really. I don't know. I don't know that this was intended to be something posted. I think it was something that they were doing independently. These people probably are trolling over there because, you know, they troll. And that's what trolls do. And somehow gain some access to this, which would make us know that they're probably on there, and recorded it. Anna, were you? Okay, you said they're crackling like schoolgirls. Who's that? Those chicks from the armpit of the United States. Not ashy mosquitoes. Okay. So, okay. I don't like to call them queens of anything. They're not queens of, and is I don't even want to talk about them. I don't like those women. I was on an actual live. Oh, you were on the actual live. I was on the actual live last night. Okay. So can you share anything with us? Would you like to share anything with us? What I've surmised, or summarized rather, is that pretty accurate? And I'm sure I'm missing a lot, because do you mind? Can I reach out to you? Would you mind talking to the family live and filling any empty holes? Kels, you are so silly. Mama Shell, can you please give Kels a spanking? Yes, it was on Discord. Do you mind? Can I reach out to you? Okay, yes. Guys, we're gonna have a special guest right now. Let me call someone really quick. Yada da da da. Good thing I don't have to dial any numbers. Ladies, you know when you get your hair braided, there's always like one or two braids that just do whatever the hell they want to do, and it's so annoying. This one is my most annoying braid. Okay, let me get this thing up and running. Guys, I don't know. I went to Discord today because, you know, like I said, I was doing my homework to try to figure out what is Discord, because I keep hearing about it. I don't think you can get very far unless you are invited into a group or to a particular conference. There's like nothing to see and nowhere to go unless you have a link, and then you're kind of invited into a community. Am I correct in saying that anyone who knows anything about Discord, it's not like you can just like, surf around and find shit in there. You've got to be invited to something, right? Am I right, guys? Okay, correct. Okay. I'm going to put you because I want to preserve your anonymity, madam. Hello?
I turned my video off.
Okay, yeah. I'm not going to even show anything like your IG. Okay. Can we hear you? Testing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Can you guys hear her? Okay. Tell us, how did you get to this Discord meeting?
Well, I was on Chrissy's live, and people kept asking, like, she was alluding to the fact that somebody somewhere
was that Steffi was live somewhere. And so people in the chat kept saying, where is this live? Where is this live? And like, you know, her mods weren't saying anything, but she was like getting texts like constantly on the live. And it was almost like after a while, you kind of figured like people were relaying.
Okay, something's going on.
Right, exactly. So I knew that Steffi had to have been talking somewhere. So I checked the Facebook. I didn't see anything there. And then I kept seeing, then I saw where somebody said, DeMarcus is going to speak, right? And it's almost like Chrissy's demeanor kind of changed at that point. And then I started seeing the word Discord, right? And I'm like, what is that? So I'm like, but I kept seeing that, and people kept asking, where is the live? Where is he going to speak? Where is he? He's doing an interview. Like there were people in the live that apparently knew, but nobody was openly sharing anything. You know what I mean?
Well, because it's on that gossipy website that nobody likes to admit that they go and pull information from, or that they
and anybody
or just that you know that
link, the only
sometimes
people that
it's
can share a link is are the mods,
right?
And the mods wouldn't share the link, so
right, because they're not going to disseminate information that could be negative against.
Right, because I was
Christina.
like, if I were Christy, I mean, like she was almost like trying to respond. It sounded to me like when people relay information to her, because at one point she even said, okay, you just tell me what he says. Or she said something to, you know, that effect.
What was she live about? Before you go into the Discord live, what was she doing live? Was she live for no purpose like Jasmine?
No,
like what was she doing live?
Because she was told that Steffi had been live from at the time. She said that she believed that, or she was told that she had been live for like 2 hours at that point. Steffi.
Well, so was she live on Discord on the same interview with DeMarcus?
Yes, I believe that they had her on first, and then at some point she convinced him to come on.
She didn't have to convince him. She was like, look, I'm gonna make that 6 weeks into 3 weeks. Come on.
So, but they had been on there for several hours before he came on.
Several hours. My God.
Yeah. So when Chrissy came on, Chrissy was basically saying, you know, she was trying to address some of the things that had been relayed to her from what Steffi had said on the live.
Okay. So how did you get there? How did you, unless that's a secret, how did you, did you just stumble across it? Were you like, whoop, oh my God, I'm here. What happened?
No.
How do you make it into a private LSA thing? How did you get there?
I kept saying, well, somebody did put in the chat that the link was on LSA.
Okay.
So at that point, that's how I missed part of DeMarcus's, the beginning of DeMarcus. I missed it because I had to go and find the link. I had to download the app, find the link, and then I was able to get on.
Yeah, because when you sign on to Discord, there's nothing there. You have to have a link or you are creating your own community.
Yeah, no, I clicked on the link.
Right.
And it took me to download the app. And when I downloaded the app, it took me right
to the community. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, you have to, there's nothing, it's not like going on YouTube and you can just search around. You're either there to start something or you're there to link to something someone sends you. So
right.
If you download it now, guys, you're not going to find it. You have to probably access that link. And if that link is dead.
No, it's not over. Because I've been getting like text messages and everything from there today. Like people are still in there chatting.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
all right.
people are actively in there chatting about.
Not for long, but yeah, they're probably closing up. Someone's probably like, lock it down. Okay. So you get in there, what's going on? Could you tell he was smoking pot?
He didn't appear to be, but I mean, I don't know.
You didn't hear him like audibly smoking on something, choking, even? He was. Oh, okay. Well, I did.
I mean, but I've never heard him before, so I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah,
and
he's getting high.
Funny thing, that is, I think, the part that shocked me the most is that, and I think Chrissy was kind of stunned once she found out that he was, going to do it. And they said, because she's been saying, hey, I was with him for 5 years. I know the man. And think about it, like, she would probably have to pretty much beg him to come on a video. And here, this chick's been with him for what? Not even a year, or a little over a year?
She says on her Facebook, in a relationship on May 9th. So I'm assuming that wasn't May 9th of 20. Could that maybe it was May 9th of 20, but she was already like good and pregnant.
He willfully went and did an interview. So like just by
that's his boo. He said his girl. He referred to Chrissy as a bitch. He said the bitch was late. The bitch this, the bitch that. And when he talked about Lady Stephanie, it was my girl. Okay.
Well, I mean,
did anybody catch that? 1 yes, 2 no? He did not really he referred to Chrissy as the bitch this, the bitch that. She, yeah. Okay, in the chat, you see it. And I don't think he was calling her a bitch like that F and B. That's just his, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, it's like he's a living gangster rap video or something. Like, he called her a bitch like he called her a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the lady, he says the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just it.
Yeah, I mean, I think and think about it. Like, she's like alluded to how she kind of like he was an extension of her kid. So like, he probably does view her that way because she treated him like he was a child. She controls the money, the purse string. She brought home the bacon, and he fried it up in the pan. So
when is Chrissy going to take responsibility for having children and being in relationship with men that are absolutely not really interested in her, or that are not on her maturity level? And I'm saying that loosely, but I'm just saying, like, when are you going, like, if you like, I don't know. It's weird. She doesn't, I don't know. She's got a different kind of personality, and the type of man that it seems, the type of relationship she has seem to mystify me, because I feel like she seems to want to wear and I'm using the quote unquote.
It's almost like she's like an alpha. She's an alpha female.
She's got that male energy that is so unattractive to good masculine alpha men who are top earners, successful, manage their own ball sack, and like to take care of a woman. But that's the type of woman that is attracted to a man who is a little inferior to her, because she can kind of run him. But when she runs him in the ground, and then they end up, they have a lot of resentment towards that type of man. So,
well, and the thing is that because the man the alpha male that is the top earner, that, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, and I know she doesn't like to hear this, but I mean, they're not out looking for women that have 8 and 9 kids. And if they
do, you better be a badass bitch. Like, okay, look,
exactly.
Like, exactly. I mean, look, you're not going to see Nicole Murphy. Like, we know Nicole Murphy had her problems, right? But this, like, you're going to see the Yolanda Fosters, right? Some of these women have tons of kids. look at and I'm going through Uber examples here, but look at Kris Jenner. She got a ton of kids. Yolanda Foster, Nicole Murphy. You got women who got tons of kids. They don't have a problem finding a man. And yes, these are rich women, but these are women who know how to find also the wealthiest men in the world. The wealthiest men in the world aren't just looking for that next young woman with no kids. Some of these wealthy men are going after another woman, a woman who is used to a certain lifestyle, used to being a wife, and may have a ton of kids, but she knows how to handle her business. So I don't think all is lost morally. I mean, there are women out here who have plenty of kids, and they will find rich man after rich man after rich man who will spoil them and take care of them and give them more kids. It doesn't even matter.
Right.
But
the thing is, though, is that those types of relationships are not developed they don't happen over the course of a couple of weeks. Like, they have spent time cultivating those relationships and making them, the man, pursue them. May the man, respect them because they've shown that they respect themselves. I mean, but when you're just kind of like, her standards are not very high. And, you go out, you meet somebody, and next thing you know, they're, in your house around your kids, and you moved them in, and it ain't even been a month yet. I mean, basically, you're telling that person in so many words, I don't have a lot of respect for myself. They may not say that, and that man may not say that, but that's what that's how they're perceiving you, and they're going to treat you accordingly.
So, perfect example. Angelina right here is giving a perfect example. So, Rob Kardashian, perfect example. Okay. Black China, we know, is about it, rowdy. She's a round the way girl, but yeah, she's used to being taken care of a certain way. Now, not saying that she's perfect or anything, but she's had her share of guys who have some money. Now, when she went and dealt with Rob, you would think, okay, this is great. Yeah, I mean, Tyga kind of did her dirty. Now she's with Rob. Rob seems like the more sensitive guy. But because China has been dealt with a certain type of way, China has been ran through, okay? China has been dogged. She meets a nice guy like Rob. She can't deal. Rob is too soft. She's got Rob's balls in her hand. Instead of Rob managing his own balls, China is running circles around him. And that type of guy, a woman like China can't really vibe with on long term because they don't have any respect. They like to be handled. And the type of guy that is going to deal with them is not going to handle you the way that you want them to, because they're going to run through you because that's your track record. The type of guy who is like next level from a Tyga or someone that she would have dated who would treat her better, she's not qualified for because she acts hoish and she's probably a little bit too much male energy and they're not attracted to that. But they'll go for her friend, Amber Rose, because Amber wants, Amber will go and get treated a certain type of way. So it's even though she's been ran through too, but she's realized what she wants. So now you don't see Amber on those vlogs that much. When was the last time you saw Amber Rose on TMZ? I'm just saying, guys. It's just an observation, but yeah, Chrissy has been dealt with a certain type of way. That's why right now what's happening to her, if she were smart, I would turn off every TV and turn off the complete internet in my house, because if you got that man living with you, he's getting ready to go, because this shit coming down now is a deal breaker. Homie's getting ready to go. If he's not ready to cut and run after hearing all this mess, good luck, sir. Good luck.
Why would he? I mean, somebody that you barely know that has moved into your house, I mean, how much quality, what can he possibly bring to the relationship?
You know what he can bring to the relationship, a warm body.
Yeah, but I'm talking about something of some substance that you can build, some longevity with.
So we're talking about Chrissy right now. Chrissy
like,
and substance may not be a thing right now. She just turned 30 and she has a track record of terrible relationships. She's not thinking about nothing.
But think about it. Over the course of the last, 48 hours, she's been on live talking about her ex-husband, her
husband,
her estranged husband,
and
his baby's mother for what?
Ad nauseum.
Exactly. And he is right there. Why? Because,
because he knows he's just there. Yeah, he's just there for some cuffing season.
Exactly.
He's there for some meals and some mating.
Right. Any man that if he was really for the purpose of building a long lasting relationship, most men would be like, yo, what's up? Why are you spending so much energy on that relationship and I'm sitting here? Why am I here?
Why am I here? For the past 2 days, yeah, I would be like, why am I here?
Right.
Why am I here? What are you doing?
Right. But if you're just there because you need a place to lay your head at night and you need some more meals, she could spend all day and into next week talking about DeMarcus and his girlfriend. He wouldn't care.
Wow. So what happened? So you got in there, DeMarcus was talking. What was the most interesting thing you heard that you didn't hear me cover? Because I know I did not cover everything. What did I miss talking about?
I missed I missed the first part of your live, but I can tell you the questions that, there were some silly questions, like the 6-toe question I thought was kind of silly.
Yeah.
The questions that I thought were relevant and important was when they asked about the paternity of Junebug.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically said that Junebug, he considers him his, whether he's his or not.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of stand up of him.
Yeah, but he said he does want to know just because he just wants to know, which that's understandable. He talked about why he didn't actually come to Onyx's birth, which I think you talked about it. Basically, he just said that
he had legal trouble or something.
Yeah, he had some legal troubles, and that he was basically advised not to go because Chrissy was on some BS, and they didn't want to see his legal troubles mount from some BS that she might have started if he came and things didn't go well.
Okay.
So that is why he, decided to not come. And then they asked about what I'm still not clear about is, I guess, Steffi during her portion has said that she was not aware of Chrissy or anything of DeMarcus's past and him being married until the gender reveal. And so when they asked DeMarcus said, no, she knew. So, because, you could tell, they were like, oh, boy, are we getting, she throwing her under the bus. But he said the only thing that Steffi didn't know about was Onyx. And
that she was pregnant with Onyx at the time. Oh, not that she was pregnant, but that she had just had Onyx. Okay.
Right. He said that was the only part that she didn't know about. But he said that.
So that Steffi lied. Steffi knew that he was married and was in a relationship, but did not know that his wife was pregnant. Is that
That's
to clarify?
He says. Right. But Steffi was saying that she didn't know, she was playing, I guess, and I didn't hear that part of the interview, but from the way they were asking him was that, Steffi had portrayed that she wasn't aware of any of this. Chrissy, the kids, none of it. But he even said that he would be out with her and people would come up to him and say, "You're Strong Mommy Chrissy's husband." Or, you know, you're from Strong Mommy Chrissy's show and or her channel. And like Steffi was there. So he was like, she knew. He said the only thing she didn't know about was Onyx.
Okay. Okay.
So
basically he blew up her spot. Basically, maybe they weren't on the same page that hey, cover for me. Hey, cover for me, because I knew that you were married. And he didn't cover. Okay, well, shame on you, DeMarcus, for not covering for your girlfriend. But you know, hey, look, the truth will set you free. Now it's all on the table.
He did come across credible. He came across pretty honest. I mean, they asked how they asked him how they met.
Him and Chrissy.
Him and Chrissy, yeah. And I don't know if it was one of them or if somebody said, you know, blackpeoplemeet.com or something. And
no, it was 420 weekend.
He said, that's when he said 420 weekend. And did he say something about work or something?
Was he at the Black Ink party?
I'm not sure. I just remember hearing about 420. I heard something about
He said he was
work.
high as hell. And he said she was mad cool. He said she was cool as shit when they met. Yeah. But when Olivia and her started going at it, and she started, you know, getting a big head, and I guess those coins started coming, things changed. When her content changed, she changed. And I guess that maybe that was at the time her content started changing, when Olivia started clicking, you know, nibbling at her. But hey, I mean, look, they rode that. She rode that to her 100,000 plaque. She rode that to not having a full-time job, to being able to be a stay-at-home mom. And Olivia has done the same thing. So whether they were in cahoots together, which I'm not saying that they were, but at some point you have to realize, like, okay, are we doing this together at some point? Like, the more I bitch at this woman, or the more I respond to this woman, you know, we're now playing a game, we're doing a dance, and we're both growing, and we're both making money off of this. I'm just curious. How much does Olivia really do know? When Olivia dropped the tea on Chrissy, I mean, yeah, seems like Chrissy, you play like Olivia doesn't know so much, but sounds like from your husband, even though you may like to say that Olivia rode you to 100K, sounds like you may have been riding on that same, like y'all might have been riding on the same horse.
I'm glad you mentioned
she took you and you took her. Y'all took each other, okay? We see each other. You know, it's a different explanation, because it's easy when a bigger YouTuber likes to say, yeah, I'm a bigger YouTuber. What do I have to get from you? I'm this, I'm that. I'm a wiffle ball bat. I'm everything. But now we're hearing from the husband that, interesting.
Well, and the other thing was, I'm glad you mentioned Olivia, because they asked him about her drug use. Again, he came across very credible, very honest, and he was like, you know, as far as he knows, she didn't do drugs, and he said that you know, she smoked weed or whatever, but you know, anything beyond that, he was like, no. Now he did, you know, kind of allude to, it seems as though, like, you know, since he's been gone, she's been wowing out. So that's not to say that what Olivia said about, you know, what happened in Houston didn't happen, but it doesn't sound like that was something that she was, you know, that was part of her life, you know, while he was there. They asked about her feeding the kids. And again, very credible. He didn't throw anything. He said, you know, that she doesn't withhold food from them. She feeds them.
Well, they said that Kingston might be missing. They seem to have had a really good relationship. Kingston used to play PlayStation with him, but Kingston Fortnite. But he changed his name on the PlayStation, so he can't find him anymore, which I felt like that was so sad. One thing, guys, do we remember when Chrissy used to drink wine? We didn't really think anything about it. But then remember when she did the pregnancy reveal and she was already like 6 months pregnant and she had been drinking wine and continued to drink wine. Was she smoking blacks? Was she smoking pot? Do we know? What was I mean, and I think people have asked her about that, like her alcohol drinking or whatever during her pregnancy.
Oh yeah, and they asked him about if the twins were delayed.
I felt like he didn't understand what delayed meant.
Yeah, but he was like, she was like, they were like, do they know their names? He was like, yeah. He's like, they talk. He was saying,
but delayed doesn't mean you don't know your name. I think he thought they were talking about late for school. Like, I don't know that he. No. Me personally, no tea, no shade, DeMarcus. I just don't know that he understood the reference of delayed, like as in maybe like a mental delay or some sort of. And I don't know that he understood. I got the feeling he didn't understand what they meant.
I took it to mean that they were behind in schooling. That is the only place.
I know that's what they meant, but I don't know that he understood that.
That's how I took his response, because he said, I can't remember exactly the words he used, but he said, yeah, in school. But that's it. And I took that back to the video long time ago when she was talking about taking them out of school and how Las Vegas schools couldn't really, like, they weren't supporting them in the way that they needed to be supported because, I guess, they needed some special, I don't know.
And sometimes when kids are young, sometimes kids are shy. Twins sometimes are very dependent on each other. If they weren't separated and kind of given their own, like, kind of teachers, own education, and they kind of fall back on each other a lot, that could have been a problem. I mean, sometimes it's just, sometimes, I don't know. The kids seem fine to me, but I don't really see them that often in terms of, like, in her channel. They seem fine.
I think they were asking about the names because I think they mentioned that she refers to them as twin. It doesn't really, like, use their names.
Don't a lot of people though call their twins? Yeah.
So I think they were alluding, like, well, do they even do they even know their name? Does she call them twin because they don't really know their names?
I just think that's a cultural kind of thing in terms of the culture of the of a family with twins. So not a black, white, whatever ethnic thing. I'm talking about cultural, as in families with twins, I think, or multiples. That might be something that is in the culture of a family with multiples. That might be something to consider, guys, because I don't know that means that they don't know their names. You know what I mean? I think it's just one of those where it's probably easier to say twins than it is to say Kimora and Kaya or Khalees, whatever their names are.
Kimora and
Kinsley. Yes. Twins.
The Kimora other thing, I'm sorry for skipping around, but, like, just certain things that make this jog in my memory last night because it was, like, super late.
One thing, can I say this? When they asked, does she have friends?
Yeah, I didn't. I remember the question, but I can't really honestly remember the answer.
They asked, does she have friends? He said maybe 1 to 2. They asked,
and maybe that's because she was asked the other day about if she had any long-term friends that she's remained in contact with. Remember on her Q&A?
Yes.
And she said, yeah, that she has some friends that she's still in contact with.
The lies. Yeah. Chrissy, it's okay if you need to reconnect with your friends. It doesn't mean people don't like you. It's just you just don't have a lot of people that rock with you from day one. And maybe
my best friend from high school, she's in your neck of the woods now. We don't talk every day. We might go a couple months, several months without talking, but we pick up just like where we left off,
But if someone said, do you like your husband would be able to articulate that you have friends? Like, for instance, not to bring myself into it, but on my birthday, you guys got the feeling that your girl has some friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when they asked her husband, does your wife have friends? He said 1 to 2. And all you need is one. Honestly, it's not the quantity, it's the quality. So to Chrissy's, to her benefit, Chrissy, all you need is one good friend. Okay. He was like, I don't even know Jasmine. I just know that they were on the phone a lot. And how does he even really know her? But that's we all kind of live that life around here, though, don't we? Kind of like a little bit.
Well, they only met in person on that Houston trip. Think about it.
Right, but I don't know that he was even including Jasmine. He might have been talking about like a Colorado day one.
Yeah, I don't
know. They asked about goals. Did you hear that?
No, I don't know that.
He said she's chasing that dream. She's chasing that celebrity dream. She's chasing that glass framed YouTube. Yeah, he says that they said, well, does she have any goals? He said, well, she was in school when I met her. I mean, she was in pharmacy school. I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't know what happened. So, Chrissy, did you get the pharmacy tech degree or certificate or not? Did you work at the CVS? Were you a farm tech or not? Because he said you were in school when you guys met. He doesn't know what happened with that. So I would imagine.
Chrissy say the other day that she supported him in school. What did he go to school for?
Mechanic school, and he was valedictorian of his class.
Of what?
Of mechanic school, of like probably like some type of tech or trade school.
So is that the business that he's in now?
I think he was doing security, but his job was shut down due to COVID-19.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so no, this is what I wanted to talk about.
So, but he I think he is working now though. He does have a job. So I'm sorry.
They asked about the relationship with her mom. This is what I found very interesting. He said that they have a very strange relationship. He said, and then I guess they said that they had heard some rumors that I guess Christy beats up on her mom.
In the name of Jesus, I hope she does not, because that is one thing I will just feel comfortable and say, you go to hell for doing that. You don't never put your hands on your mom. Never. I don't care how much mouth your mom. I don't care if your mama is me. Put your hands on your mama. Period.
Yeah, and that's what he he said he doesn't know anything. He never saw her, like, I believe he said he never saw her physically hit her, but he said they have a strange relationship. It's very odd. And they asked him, have you seen her like buck up on her? Like,
and he was and he was like, what? He didn't understand what buck up what meant.
Yeah. But he said, and then they said they were referring to her as Cassie, and he was like, what are you calling her? And they were saying Cassie, and clearly Cassie isn't her name, because he said,
I call her Mama Cass.
Well, he said, oh, if that's what you call her, then that's what we'll call her then, because I ain't giving out that lady's information.
But, he seemed to be kind of an amiable, kind of happy-go-lucky, pleasant type of dude, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't come across as like an ass.
No, not at all.
I felt like when he said, I don't watch that shit, I think he meant it, kind of like Gerard. I think Gerard, in the same, like, comparing apples and apples. I think these are two guys who really don't know what the hell's going on with their wives' channels, that they just know that they're playing a part. They just do whatever wifey asks them to do, and those checks come in on the 21st, and that's kind of it. They don't really care. But the more and more that these women are known, especially in their communities, people are finding them, their channels are getting bigger, and the more negativity that they use to gain notoriety and earn these checks, I don't know if this is a good look. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean,
is any check a good check, or is it just the reality of reality shows and selling your story on the internet?
Yeah. Now this is. I'm glad. I'm sorry if this is like changing the subject, but Mr. Professional, because he talked a lot about. Now he didn't talk a lot about it, but he did say that that he had some issues trusting her.
But how can he say that? He was married, right? Guys, can you say who Mr. Professional is? Because some people watching may not even know. You know what I mean? Some people may have just found Chrissy last week, so they don't know who Mr. Professional is. Can you just give like a short answer of who Mr. Professional is?
Yeah, because he kind of alluded to, and maybe other people, I can't see the chat right now, but maybe other people got the impression that like he may have suspected that she might have been like messing around on him. Did anybody else get that?
So Mr. Professional, guys, let me walk back really quick. Mr. Professional was someone that Chrissy possibly was involved with when her husband was still in town. And if not, someone who she was messing around with soon after she had Onyx. Okay. It's been alleged that Mr. Professional was married, and Mr. Professional is who Mr. Professional potentially was going to leave his wife to be with Chrissy in Houston. And if someone, possibly who the lease's name is in Houston, he was kind of like her boyfriend, if you will. And he basically dumped her because he wasn't sure what was going on with her. Is that what you were saying? He wasn't sure if she was lying.
Well, I mean, I think maybe the interviewer might have mentioned Mr. Professional, but DeMarcus alluded to there being some trust issues on his side with her.
Well, she would leave and go get her nails done and be gone for hours. I wonder if Mr. Professional is the guy in the house now. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Mira, just because Mr. Professional was from Vegas and he was married with kids. I think he was, older kids, maybe. I don't know. That's a good call out, Mira, but I don't think that that's who that is. I'm just going to be willing to take a wild guess that that's not who that is. But maybe. You never know. God only knows. Hi, Margie.
Yeah, and and then when they asked him if he ever hit her, I guess has there been rumors that he was abusive to her?
She said he was abusive, but I'm sorry, and I'm just gonna. This is just like I said. I'm gonna park over to the right hand side of the road for a second. Sometimes these mommies, I hate to say it, they love making their man into being a bad guy, especially when someone's not around to speak for themselves. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. It makes it bad for the women who really do suffer from domestic violence, because I don't believe it. Does he seem like the type of guy who's going to do something? I don't even think he bothered to answer the question. He doesn't seem like, I mean, DeMarcus, if you're watching, Miss Stephanie, y'all, DeMarcus seems like kind of don't fuck with me too long, okay? But he seems like a soft, kind of gentle guy. I don't see him as a rough you up, bitch, shut the fuck up and slap her around kind of type of man. I don't see him doing that. I just don't. I see him as, okay, keep playing with me. And she knows, like, go ahead and sit down. It's time to be quiet. and let me stop pushing him, because I'm going to push him so far, then maybe I will regret something. But he doesn't strike me as like the hit and rock'em sock'em type of guy. I just didn't get that from him. I don't think that a guy like that would have done an interview for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
I mean, he didn't respond. And at first the interviewer felt like he was maybe like not trying to incriminate himself. But I think it was like an issue with connectivity, because even after she asked the next question, he wasn't coming through.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't think he was avoiding answering the question. I mean, I didn't get those vibes from him, but I mean, I wouldn't put anything past anybody.
I just don't see, well, I see Chrissy as the type of person to push someone to want to kick her ass. I just didn't get those vibes. Destiny, I mean, anybody can do anything, right? So to your point, anybody can do anything, right? But he didn't give me the vibe as wife beater. Just like I really kind of don't believe that Gerard is doing that either. I just don't. I don't see it.
She was pretty much running the relationship.
She is so, yeah, if anything, I see a lot of these women as very abusive to these men. These women run like these, some of these.
I don't think she probably was physically like beating him up, but she probably emotionally and like mentally beat him down.
Chrissy probably trying to throw a punch, like, because he seemed like the type of guy. He looked like he was mentally checked out sometimes, like even during the baby mama dance. I just don't see him caring enough to want to go to jail behind hitting her. And what would it benefit a man to hit a woman that you decide to marry? I mean, of course, that's kind of a generality, and there's plenty of men that do it. I just don't see, well, like I said, Darlene, I think that where he's from, maybe what is colloquialism in his neck of the woods, where they call a female, a woman, a lady, a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like Snoop and anybody from like LA in the 90s, when they used to call women bitches on NWA CDs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he means anything by it. That might just be how he speaks. But I don't think he meant it as in calling her like I don't know. You guys have to realize no matter where you live, there are other people living in other ways, and your hood might be like their hood, but their hood may just be different. It's just, everybody has different ways of speaking and communicating. And just like some people use the N-word and it's no big deal, and other people don't like to use that. Some people say bro. Some women on these internets call other women bro. I would die if someone called me bro. Yeah, you don't call me bro. That's not something that I operate by. He calls women bitches. I mean, that's just, I don't know. I don't know that makes you a wife beater.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying, just in his defense, and I'm sorry, these women lie for storylines. Like, let's just forget for a second that we're not just talking about like a neighbor or someone we went to high school with. We're talking about women who are selling their stories here on the internet for coin and have been outed for lying time and time again. These men have been used as pawns to get paychecks. So is it possible by any stretch of the imagination that we can at least save a little bit of their dignity until proven otherwise, that maybe they're not wife beaters? I'm not convinced. I don't get wife beater vibes from either two of those husbands. So that's just me. If it comes out that there's some sort of police record stating that he has a lazy demeanor, it takes some effort to smack up your wife. And I don't see Chrissy going down without a fight.
Chrissy just doesn't take me as a type that,
they asked him if he beat his wife or if he ever abused Chrissy. How did they word it? I didn't want to say your name. How did they word it? They asked if he ever hit Chrissy or something like that. And and the connection was bad.
Yeah, at she thought that he wasn't responding, and he was trying not to incriminate himself. But then, like, I think she went on to ask another question, and it was clear that because she was like, "Are you still there, DeMarcus? Are you still there?" And eventually he, like, it was almost like it was a connection problem, like a problem with the line. So I don't know if he just didn't want to answer the question and, he just played it that way, or if legitimately there was like a problem with the line and like that happened at the opportune time of them asking about whether or not he ever put his hands on Chrissy.
What else? Okay, so T dropping in. So Mr. Professional was light skinned. There was a sex tape. So I did hear about this once upon a time with Bam, that allegedly when Chrissy, because it's so funny. I was actually listening to this today. Somebody, I have to go back and see who it was, but they had Chrissy's lives posted when she was talking about Bam. And so apparently when Chrissy and Bam got together, along with sending him like nude pictures and whatever, apparently she sent him a sex tape or something. Guys, like I said, Chrissy is very proud of her V, and she wants to, I mean, I guess she doesn't mind providing pictures and video, letting her men know that she's enjoys sex and that she's she's got thick fillet, okay, like her t-shirt.
If you heard this part, but the interviewer, there was no shame in her game, because she was asking like some questions that I was like, I mean, where my pearls at?
Oh yeah, like, DeMarcus, did she teach you how to eat kitty cat?
Yeah, she asked about their sex life, about him masturbating in the shower. Was there something out about
it was a no holds barred, we getting our money's worth. It was a lot. It was a lot.
I was like, where did some of this stuff come from? But
it was a lot. It comes
they
from.
They asked him about how he felt when he heard about Bayam saying that he had sex with Chrissy and Onyx being in the room.
Oh my God, I was about to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, tell everybody what happened. Does everybody know that?
He just said that he was like, did he say he was like disappointed to hear that?
I mean, it's I feel like stepdaddy season is a perpetual thing at the Strong Mommy Chrissy household. Like, everybody is on audition for stepdaddy season. Camila Sweden, everything is like a vomit for her. Like, there's one person in the chat right now, everything she's doing vomit emojis. Like, she's sick.
I know, that's how I was. I think that's probably why I ended up getting out, because I was like, oh my God.
I'm wondering where Chrissy is right now, because normally Reese is cracking up. I'm wondering where Chrissy is. Normally back in the day, and I mean just even weeks ago, I mean, when Chrissy gets mad, it would be like, it's about time for Chrissy to get pissed off 30, and she would be live. But maybe she's with her man and she turned off the internet Maybe he stepped up as the man and said, "Oh, not today." Wouldn't that be?
No, I think she don't
Would
have
that be? Are we betting on "Oh, not today," or she turned it off? Like what happened?
That took her. I think that took her by surprise. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
think
so she's probably like trying to figure out what make my next move my best move, right?
Right. I think she's basically
Where's
strategizing.
Jasmine? See, this is weird. Where's Jasmine? Has Jasmine been live today, guys?
No.
Where's Jazzy? Where's Jazzy Faye? Where's where's left hook, right hook? Jazzy's she's laying up. Oh, okay. Okay. Everybody's on their thick fillet thing today, huh? Did you guys catch that thick fillet t-shirt? Did you guys get it? When I first saw the t-shirt, I was telling my husband, I was like, thick fillet. I was thinking like, oh, like Slim Thickums, like, and then I was like Lil Wayne filet mignon, like, oh, thick fillet. Okay. Like, did you guys catch those? Did you guys catch that? Like, why would a woman at 30, and not that 30 is old, because it's not at all. It's young. However, it's young-ish, but with 9 children, walk out of her house or around her house with a t-shirt on that says thick fillet? I'm just saying. I think that's kind of gross.
I don't know.
Would you go over to the nieces and the nephews with your thick fillet t-shirt on?
No, but I wouldn't wear a shirt that says boy or bags.
Oh, no fuck boys.
Or over it. And I mean, it just seems.
Girl, instead of wearing those t-shirts, she needs to get out the dry erase marker and write that on her bathroom mirror and say that to herself 10 times a day when she gets up and brushing her teeth. No fuck boys. Thick fillet. If you got that thick fillet and you got thick fillet, then you shouldn't be falling for the okie doke with these whack dudes that are doing you any kind of way, letting yourself get done. That's what you don't need to be doing. I'm just saying.
You, like, be taken serious and you like walking around with stupid stuff on your shirt. I mean,
right. No fuck boys, bags not boys. You need to be reminding yourself that, and have that as if that resonates with you and that's your daily kind of mantra, then you need to be saying that to yourself. Yes, bags not boys. Let me focus on my work. Let me make this money and let me not deal with these fuck boys. Go back to number 1, bags not boys. And I got that thick fillet. So I need to act like a woman who's got one. And I know I got something good and I need to act like it. That way a quality guy can be attracted to me rather than just going with every single lame that asks me for my phone number or that hits me on my Plenty of Fish account.
Well, it was some questions that I thought didn't get asked, or at least I didn't hear.
What question would you have asked? Let's write them down just in case we get a chance, because I'm not paying $400. If $400, hell to the no. But just in case DeMarcus or Stephanie want to come talk to the LX3 family, what are we gonna ask? I got my pen.
I asked one question that I would like to know is
number 1. Go ahead.
I would like to know why he decided to speak up now.
He probably was tired of being lied on.
He actually did. I don't know. Did you hear him say he was going? It was something that they asked him, and he didn't answer. And he said, "I'm going to save it for my video."
I forgot, but I mean, shoot, we can go back. That was like at the end of part 2. Can someone tell Janita's Montez? It means punani. It means V. It means, it means coochie.
Yeah, I want to know why he decided to speak up now. I would like to know what he feels about Steffi and Chrissy in this internet, like, you know, what are his true feelings around, you know, them going back and forth over the internet. I'd like to know about how he feels about the aunt interjecting herself into it and sending threats to Chrissy. I would like to hear him speak
I don't think
on
he
that.
thinks anything, because keep in mind, when they asked him about drinking, he said they came out okay. He's like a very I just think he's just kind of like, that's, I mean, shit, he might be from a neighborhood where that's how the women settle things. Come outside,
Well,
pull a
did you
little
hear
bit of
what Chris?
hair,
No, because
roll
if you
around in the
heard
dirt,
Chrissy-
go back in the house and cook dinner.
No, because Chrissy said the other night, basically, like, I've been with him for 5 years. I know the man. Basically, she was saying, if you do anything to me that will hurt those children of his, that, like, she was sending the message that would be an easy way to get rid of him. Like, that, you know, at the end of the day, they're still family.
Okay.
That's what she said. Now, after he got on the interview last night, she might be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I want to know. Like, you know, I would ask him, like, you have to feel some kind of way about, I mean, at the end of the day, these are all your kids.
I mean, one thing that made me think he was a stand-up guy, and just to clarify, so LaShonda was asking why we are taking DeMarcus's word as the gold standard. I've discussed many a Strong Mommy Chrissy video on here, but today we're discussing the DeMarcus video. So it's not that we're taking it as the gold standard, but we're just taking it for what he said, and we're just talking about it. So I'm not saying that everything he said is true. We're just talking about what he said in relation to what maybe we think we know based on the videos that we watch. So I hope that kind of makes sense. I don't know what he says is true. I just know what he said in that video. That's just to be fair.
I don't know if he lied, he telling the truth. I'm only reporting the news. I don't make it.
Right. Exactly. And as far as Chrissy's concerned, Chrissy, you know, we see some things, we see other things. We learn that Chrissy has lied about some things. We know this to be true. You know, is Chrissy a complete liar? Probably not. But keep in mind, she says, you know, I always take it like this. Based on a true story, these are the videos, and I'm going to react based on the video and the information that was put out in the video. So that's kind of the way I go with it. We can try to kind of think like, oh, well, maybe this would have happened, maybe that would have happened. Like I said, in terms of what Chrissy said that DeMarcus abused her. Based on the vibe I got from his interview, I didn't feel that. Now, if she says he beat her up, well, so be it.
Now, I've never heard her say that he was physically abusive to her, but I'm glad you said that, though, because they did ask
excuse me, guys.
Did he steal her money?
Go ahead, speak on it.
And he said no. He said, I didn't have no access to her money. I had my own account. She had her own account. And they asked, they said, you know, when you left, did you take her money, which caused her to get evicted, where she couldn't, you know, pay her rent and stuff? And he said he didn't have no access to her money.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I guess what I'm saying is, like, he corroborated a lot of the things that she said, and then he also kind of like,
well, when he asked, so in a way, you're right. He did corroborate some of her, you know, some of her storyline, but some of the things like the pregnancy, I don't think that he knew when the ladies were asking him those questions, was that going to come out as a bold-faced lie that when she said she had miscarriage, because they didn't ask it like that, just like they asked about the money, I don't think he realized that, oh, okay, I'm answering a question that would kind of debunk the reason why she got
because
evicted.
he said he didn't watch her channel.
Well, just the fact that it happened versus not happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Don't you think if you're getting ready to get evicted, you would call your husband and say, hey, I need some money, or hey, can you help me out? Or hey, MF, why did you steal my money? Because now my rent check bounced. You know what I mean? Like, and we got the baby. I mean, he seems like he's probably not like obviously he wasn't a good husband. I mean, and if he were a good husband, he would have stayed there until the marriage was completed and hadn't just like made plans or used her goading him as a reason to leave, especially when she's 8 months pregnant. But sometimes something tells me she's not probably the easiest person to live with. I'm sorry. Like, she probably could be very difficult.
When she admitted that like shortly after he left, that, she admitted that she may have played a part in kind of like pushing him away.
Yeah, holding on to that ball sack so tight. Let the man live. Let the man be a man. I just feel like that's just the vibe I get from Chrissy. I feel like Chrissy is the type of woman that, wants to be in control and then resents when the man's not taking control of certain situations, the man in her life.
Well, and then like last night when she was explaining about how, we haven't talked to him in a year, and then she was like, recently we've talked, and then she started counting up, and I think she said they might have talked like 6 times. And she said that he called on what he thought was Onyx's birthday. She told him it wasn't his birthday, but this is when his birthday is. And I think, and then she said, well, you haven't done anything or sent anything. We need $100. And I was like, what? That just seems odd.
Can I just ask a question to the chat? Is Lance Mr. Professional? Andrea Brown, Reese, anyone who can answer? Pineapples, any of you sofa authorities on this topic? Who is Lance? Is Lance Mr. Professional? I feel like that's who that is. Didn't Olivia drop that tea that his name was Lance? If you guys want to know about Mr. Professional, I don't even know if Olivia even still has that posted, but when Olivia got mad that night at Mamiana Gang, and and Chrissy could not stop and told Olivia to STFU, and they were going back and forth. I think Olivia dropped like the bombs. Uh-oh. I lost our guest. Let me see if she's coming back. If not, we're probably good. We're almost at 2 hours, guys. Stepdaddy season is a perpetual over there. Okay. Okay, gotta. Pineapples is Lance Mr. Professional? Liv said that's his name. Yes. So Mocha Cheetah Princess, thank you. Yeah, I believe that. But you guys, it might not be on Olivia's channel, but it's on someone's channel, because all of us reactors we're all taping something. So someone's probably got it somewhere where when Olivia just went off. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll try to find something. But gosh, I think I have some of those lives where Olivia outed them. So if you guys are wondering where like the Tic Tac reference comes from, and where people were saying there was some alleged accusations of some illegal drug use, that all came from Olivia. So I'm not going to go into detail on that, but you can go back in time on that. Definitely in my timeline, and many others have it. And that kind of set some of the wheels in motion that we're seeing today. Reese, who's dumb? Are you talking about DeMarcus? You're calling him dumb Marcus? Yes, pineapples. Yes. So Olivia alluded to are you still there, my guest caller?
I'm here.
Okay. So guys, interesting interview. I would never send any of you people to this that godforsaken channel, but hey, if you guys want to go over there, go over there. Word on the street is that there's still a link on the LSA website, what page, where to go. I can't even tell you. I accessed it through on YouTube, so it is what it is. It's interesting listening, and everybody gets a scoop every now and again, right? So if you want to catch it for yourself, it's over there. You guys have spent 2 hours with me. You could have listened to the whole 2 videos. Gosh, the sun is like on me. Okay.
I'm wondering now, like, if he.
No, it's not on Instagram, Reese. It's on those chicks. I don't even like saying their name. It's hard for me to even say their name. Jackie and Quinn. I can't even say the name of their channel. It just irks me too much. Let me fix this blind, guys.
I'm wondering if they'll eventually
Better. I was getting cooked.
I'm wondering if he would do another interview.
I don't know. I don't know, but I posted, if you guys have not watched the video that I posted this morning, if you guys have not gone to Stephanie's Facebook, I posted some stuff from her Facebook. You guys got to check it out. So whenever we finish this and you guys take off from here, the video I posted this morning has some interesting, because Chrissy even said, I don't even remember saying F the baby. Yeah, you did. You said, and I don't think she meant like I'm cursing the child. I think she just meant like, I don't give a fuck. Like, and that's, well, thank you, pineapples. I had to put in some work because I had a really bad breakout and I was getting shamed all up and down these YouTube streets for my bad skin. So I had to put in some work and some money, but the dermatologist hooked me up and things are getting better slowly. But thank you. I appreciate you mentioning that. Gerard would lie in an interview. That's what the streets are saying. And Gerard is not going to turn on. Yeah, no, he's not. Those two are, if anyone's in cahoots, that's a husband and wife team that are on the same. They are collecting coin for their story. So I don't know what's next, but if we see Gerard in like the next 5 to 7 days, no, I wouldn't be surprised.
I saw some indication that the next person that they will be trying to interview is Philip.
Behind the jail cell walls. Is that going to be a jailhouse interview?
Yeah.
As long as you said you don't.
The life after lockup.
Really? When he's not getting out though anytime soon, is he? What I want to know, yeah, Asia said gross. Girl, say it one more time. Well, you know what? You know what I want to know? When they were calling themselves the Davis family, and she was saying she was married to Philip when she was not. Does anybody even remember that? Not that that's a big deal, but this lying stuff out here on YouTube for lying on your man and all that, this stuff is not new. And I don't know. Do we even really need an interview? Do we need someone to really tell us that Jasmine isn't motivated? That Jasmine you know, do we need anyone to really tell us what we know, what we need to know about Jasmine? I don't think I would, yeah, they can go ahead and do that. I mean, I don't even know if I would cover that.
Yeah, no, I think that
That would be a
the
snoozer.
DeMarcus one, I think, was somewhat intriguing because he was somebody that we often saw, but we never heard from.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way that he kind of left like a thief in the night, just made it, compelling to hear from him, I thought.
Yeah. My thing is this, guys, all of you who are here in the chat, especially if you have not liked this live, please do so. Show me some love. You've been here for a while. You weren't really sure, should I give her a like yet or not? Go ahead and get them likes up for me. I'd appreciate it. I would say one thing, there's not a whole lot that you can tell us about Jasmine. I think Jasmine's behavior when Asia, not to call you out, Asia, when Asia came around, at the early part of the year, her behavior with Asia, I think, was absolutely despicable. And in some of Jasmine's lives, when Jasmine was actually even copping to knowing Asia, some of her mods were even like, I don't believe Asia. I don't believe her. And I'm thinking to myself, are you even listening to the live? Like, are you even listening to what's actually going on? The person that you're modding for is saying she knows this person, is admitting to certain things, like actually having knowledge about certain things happening, and like people were just like, yeah, she doesn't, that I don't believe her story. I don't believe it was just like, are you kidding me? Like, this is just so ridiculous.
Ask Asia, I guess she can hear me, but did she see Jazz on Chrissy's live the other night? And has she ever seen like that demeanor?
Asia, is Jazzy rowdy? Is Jazzy authentically rowdy, or is she just getting rowdy because she's got a friend that she wants to seem like she's down for? Because it seems like such an act to me. It seems like, I mean, I know Jazzy is probably almost 6 feet tall, and she probably could, I'm 5'4", so, and I'm a girly girl. So yeah, could you beat me up? Probably. I don't know. But you'll never get a chance. So Jazz, yeah, she just seems like she's all talk and no, like,
And why did she take off her shirt like that?
Why did she take off her shirt? Like, what? I mean, it's not like she was trying to show us her abs. Like, what was the point? I'm 5'4". Seriously, I'm a shorty. I wear heels all the time. But I'm a shorty. Yeah.
I mean, Jazz was legit.
If you see, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Ready to go and like fight.
I just think Jazz is putting on an act for the benefit of her friend who gets off the chain, and Chrissy. That whole off the chain display for the last 2 days was absolutely like ridiculous. The fact, if her kids, which I'm sure they could hear her in the house, your kids are getting older every single day, and that display was just disgusting. I would be embarrassed.
He did say that the older ones had cell phones, didn't he?
Of course. He said, yeah, Farrah came in here and said, Mom, your live just pulled up. And I said, turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's in my bedroom and she turned on my TV. So she knows how to back out and go to her account. But yeah, you don't think that your kids, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that they've put online about me, you don't think that my kid has had access to potentially see some of that stuff? Of course. So you don't think that they've probably seen her skipping around the house in her negligees? Or at least got a glimpse of it as Starla Omega? I mean, let's be for real.
I'm going to send you. They asked him about this picture.
Let me tell you something. Asia's kids, the two oldest, Asia, I hope you don't mind me saying this. If you do, I apologize. But I think and I've said this before, I think your two look just like Amaya. They really do. Asia's kids are really, really cute. And they favor Jasmine's middle child. Now, the new baby, she's absolutely gorgeous. But all your kids are beautiful. But I felt like the way Jasmine treated you was absolutely disgusting. And then to turn out for her to admit that everything, like you were who you said you were, and things that you said happened actually happened. And I just feel like, I was like, girl, stop. Just stop it. Leave her alone. Like, and the thing that I do admire, because we've seen people come out, we've seen like what's happening with Steffi. Asia has kind of become part of the community on her own. Asia doesn't really post videos. Asia doesn't talk a whole lot of junk about nobody. Asia comes on here, minds her business. She does her little hair videos. She does little updates about the kids and her pregnancy and things like that. She's minding her own business, and she's certainly not clout chasing off of Jasmine. And thank God, because that's not some coattails you want to ride on, period, because you see what's happened to her mom's channel. She gets all that negativity. You're building up your own audience on your own, which is one of the smartest things that you could have ever done, to separate yourself, so that when you come to chat rooms like this, people didn't even realize that you were that you were even here like that. So, but
did you see the picture I just sent you?
No, I didn't. Can I show that to the squad?
If you want, if you want to show them that.
Where am I going to? Insta? Oh my goodness. Okay. I think that is a picture.
They asked DeMarcus about that picture.
And who's in that picture? Is he supposed to be in the bed?
No, I don't think she didn't have that set. Did she when she was with him?
Is this the handcuffs picture? Is she supposed to have handcuffs on at this time?
I don't know. But I think he said he didn't know anything about this picture.
It's like one of those, sir, look what your wife has been up to. Like, it looks like at any moment someone could ring the bell and say, are you Strong Mommy Chrissy? You've been a naughty girl. That's the picture. Okay. I'm not going to show it to you because I've been on here for 2 hours and I'm not going to demonetize my video. I'm sorry. Because she's not happy because I showed a picture that's not for general consumption. But what I'm going to tell you is this: she looks like she's been a naughty little girl, and she may have something around her wrists. I'll put it that way. And she's wearing something red, and she's wearing a very cheeky number. Cheeky with her booty cheeks popping out. Okay.
Popping out.
Flopping out. Dropping out. Looks like she could drop it down low, huh?
It looks like there's like something around the waist, but nothing around the butt. I don't know what.
Somebody said, Queen V said, the streets are talking and they're saying that butt crack longer than a midday shift. Okay.
Look at the comment underneath the picture.
Hold on. You guys are naughty. See, after an hour and a half, this is when I get in trouble. This is when I know I need to go ahead and get up off of here. Why her crack longer than I-95? Oh my God. Why is her butt crack so long?
I don't know.
Maybe she does have that thick fillet. We have to ask a man because I'm not a connoisseur on cootie cat. I just know one, and that would be mine. And I can't really speak to what the reference of a long butt crack is, but I will ask my husband. Because
that look.
I'm gonna ask my husband because he knows more than I do about unani nani. Okay.
This looks strange.
It looks strange. It looks like yeah. It's from an episiotomy. That's what Oz saying. So now we got to feel bad because she had a medical procedure. So they must have cut her stuff. They must have cut, like if one of her kids was shoulders were big or whatever, they would have had to cut her. Okay. Guys, I had a C-section. They made me labor for 24 hours and then took the baby in 20 minutes. I was like, why didn't you guys tell me that this would have been only 20 minutes? We could have just came in and just done it. But I'm glad I got to labor a little bit. Well, not a little bit. I labored for 24 hours.
Who took the picture?
Obviously, I mean, I don't know. I feel like she's got handcuffs on. And hold on. Chrissy needs to stop with this. I mean, I would be so embarrassed. Okay. I would be mortified. I can't make it bigger. I don't know what she has.
That's her Vegas place, though, isn't it?
The white bed with the cushion backboard.
Yeah. That's the set she had in Vegas.
Girl, stop sending your naked pictures out. How? Okay. T loving and living life. Those nails. How? Yeah, those nails. How are you living life with those nails? She might not. She may pat. You know how they say you got to pat it. So she may not be able to wipe. She might have to pat. All right, guys, we are going left quick. Okay, so let's go ahead. If you have not liked this live, please go ahead and do so. I would certainly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this conversation, if you got something out of this conversation, if you got some tea, if you don't have to go and watch an hour and a half video because you stayed in a 2 hour and 15-minute live with me and our special guest who was there for the very special LSA TED Talk with Mr. DeMarcus, husband of strong mommy Chrissy, baby daddy to Stephanie Loke. Can you go ahead and do me the honor? And if you want to come back, I'll be live again on Friday at some point after 12. And we'll do this again. We'll talk about something else, though, whatever's relevant at that given time. So if you want to remember, go ahead and subscribe, but definitely like this live. I certainly appreciate it. And if you need any information, everything is in the description box, and whatever's not there, my email address, and you can send me a note and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And follow me on Instagram. So I'm just looking at all these comments. Friends, send me that sweater. This sweater, I think, came from H&M, and it probably wasn't expensive either. Hold on. Let me tell you. I can give you the tag. Yeah, this is from H&M. I don't know how much it was, but I can find it for you if you want to scan. You know, H&M, I mean, their stuff is kind of cheap. This could have been like 19, 20, like 19.99, 29, something. I'm sure it wasn't much. Because nothing there is really more than like $30, $40. And it's nice too. I mean, I am a little hot, but I do have on a camisole underneath, not for any particular reason. But yeah, I love this. There's another sweater that I got. It's a darker pink. It's that one right there. And in the back, it ties in a bow. It's so cute. I'll wear it one day next week. Brandon Reese, wear the cute sweater. Oh, thank you. Honestly, guys, if I wasn't going live with you guys, other than like going out with my husband and me and Farrah going to run errands, which is usually what we do after I finish up, I would just be wearing sweats, just to be honest. I would be dressed because, you know, I say that every day. Don't let your man or your woman catch you not dressed after being in the house all day. And plus, I got to go wash dishes, guys, before my husband comes home. So, yeah, I better go. I need to get my kitchen cleaned up before someone's doing a reaction video on me. So, guys, I better go. I will see you later. Take care, and I'll see y'all on Friday. Bye, Nicole. All my members, thank you for coming through. My mods, you guys are awesome. And all of the subscribers, everyone in the bushes, you guys are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I will see you again next time. Bye.